Some ghost stories feel so real because, in a way, they are. In 2013, this chilling footage from a hotel elevator both captivated and terrified the world. It shows 21-year-old student Elisa Lam, just days before she was found dead in the most bizarre of places. The official story claims her death was a tragic accident, but the history of the Cecil Hotel is so dark, you have to wonder if the truth is hidden somewhere within its cursed walls. What really happened to Elisa Lam in her final moments? This is Scary Stories Files. So, who was the young woman at the center of this mystery? Elisa Lam was a 21-year-old student from Vancouver, Canada. In January 2013, she set off on a solo trip down the American West Coast, documenting her travels on her blog with thoughtful and sometimes deeply personal posts. Her journey brought her to Los Angeles, where she checked into a budget hotel in the heart of downtown, the Cecil. She checked in on January 26th, and after a couple of days in a shared room, she was moved to a private one. Elisa was talking with her parents back in Canada every single day. But on January 31st, the day she was supposed to check out, the calls just stopped. Her parents knew something was wrong and immediately reported her missing. The lab searched her room and the hotel with dogs, but they found no trace of her. It was like Elisa Lam had simply vanished. The case went cold for 2 weeks. Then, on February 13th, the lab released a video hoping the public could help. It was 2.5 minutes of grainy surveillance footage from one of the Cecil's elevators, recorded the day Elisa was last seen. And this is where the story gets really strange. The footage is deeply unsettling. We see Elisa walk into the elevator and press a whole panel of buttons. She then squeezes herself into the corner as if she's hiding from someone. But the doors don't close. She cautiously peeks out into the hallway, then jumps back in. At one point, she steps out of the elevator and starts gesturing with her hands in a strange, almost dance-like way before getting back in and pressing more buttons. Finally, she walks away, and only then do the elevator doors slide shut. The video exploded online, and amateur detectives all over the internet started picking it apart. Was she playing a game? Was she trying to get away from someone just out of the camera's view? Or was she having some kind of psychotic episode? Her behavior seemed to defy any logical explanation. The footage was haunting, but it offered no real answers, and the police were still at a dead end. While the internet was obsessed with the elevator video, guests at the Cecil Hotel started complaining about the water. They said the pressure was low, it had a weird taste, and it was discolored. On the morning of February 19th, almost 3 weeks after Elisa disappeared, a maintenance worker went to the roof to check the hotel's water cisterns. He climbed a ladder to the top of one of the main tanks, opened the lid and looked inside. There, floating naked in the dark water, he found the body of Elisa Lam. The discovery was horrifying, and it only created more questions. The roof was supposed to be a restricted area, locked and alarmed. The lid on the tank was heavy and hard to move. How did Elisa get up there, alone and unnoticed, climb the tank and get inside? The LA County Coroner's Office performed an autopsy. The initial findings in February were inconclusive, but the final report, released that June, ruled her death an accidental drowning. Her bipolar disorder was listed as a significant condition. The report stated her body had no signs of trauma or assault. Toxicology tests found no illegal drugs, though they did detect trace amounts of non-prescription medications like Sinutab and a negligible amount of alcohol, neither of which were considered contributing factors. Her clothes were found in the water with her. Her family later sued the hotel for negligence, but the case was dismissed. Officially, the case was closed, but for so many people, that answer just didn't feel right. You can't really talk about what happened to Elisa Lam without talking about the Cecil Hotel itself. The building isn't just a location in this story. It feels like a character, one with a history so violent and tragic it's become infamous. When it opened in 1924, the Cecil was meant to be a grand hotel, but the Great Depression changed its fate. Being on the edge of Skid Row, it became a transient hotel, a place for the desperate. Its history includes suicides, violent deaths, and infamous residents. By the time Elisa Lam checked in, the hotel was trying to rebrand, but its past was impossible to escape. With an official explanation that satisfies almost no one, theories continue to surround Elisa Lam's death. Some believe it was a tragic accident caused by a mental health crisis. Others suspect foul play, and many believe something darker was involved, influenced by the hotel's long history of violence. Today, the Cecil Hotel is no longer operating as a hotel. It has been converted into housing, but its reputation remains. The story of Elisa Lam is a modern tragedy that refuses to fade away. The facts stop just short of giving us a clear answer, and maybe that's what makes this case so disturbing. The truth feels locked away, forever looping in that silent elevator footage. If this mystery disturbed you, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who loves true horror, and subscribe to Scary Stories Files for more dark, real-life cases. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because some mysteries don't want to be solved, they want to be remembered.